The analyse phase of Jobs to be Done Switch Interviews is something that gets hardly any of the press. Everybody focuses on the interview techniques themselves and the insights you can get. And this video will help you understand what do you do with 12 different interviews from completely different people about why they bought something. So let's dive in and see how we analyse this. So as you can see here, I've debriefed all of these different interviewees down the side, and we could start and have a look at the difference here. And obviously we've gone deep on each of them to give the context, and then the statement. So when I need to create technical documents, when I'm criticised by management that visual representations are not good enough, etc., etc. And all of these are unique. They're all unique to each individual. So Aditi here, I run my own business. You know, that's not something that Knife or Mittal or any of these others said. That was very unique to her. So what I want to do is I want to understand the motivation, and I want to look at the pushes and the pulls only, so the things that drove somebody to want to make progress. And I need to find a way to create a common language so that something like this, when I'm an active poster on LinkedIn and I need to create new content, if others have some similar statement, let's create an abstraction or a global grouping of this that gives us some confidence that these people were all motivated by a similar feeling. We do this over on this board section, and if you watch, we've got three 2.5 hour long videos where Yanis and I go through this. I'm not sure anybody's going to watch it full. That's why I've created this this smaller video here. But if we have a look at here, I'll just take a simple one. If I zoom in a bit so you can see this one, we've got Kiran here. When I cannot rely on a graphic designer to help me design my graphics in a timely manner. So Kiran, if you remember from the interviews, he used to pay a graphic designer to create visuals for his work. Then he moved to the UK and he was too far away. He had a challenge in timing and things like that. And so as a result, he felt more of a need to learn how to do this himself. Nikki used to run a charity, and she used to have a lot of support through the work to do this and to create these visuals or whatever it might be that she needed. Now she doesn't. She's out on her own. She started on her own. And Wes, I've relied on a graphic designer to do this work before and realised I'd be better off if I could do it myself. So he actually used to have an ex-colleague that he would outsource the work to. And so I've put all of these three statements here from three individuals together, and we've given it this global label here. So when I used to have someone else, excuse me, to do this, but now need to learn how to do it myself. And what that means is that these three people share this common motivation, but Tammy and Nikki, Tammy, Kathy, Naif, all of these others, they do not. And you can have a look at this one here. So when a visual idea causes me to stop and think, I want the ability to do that to others. So, you know, this is when I've seen something in my scroll, I'm like, wow, that's impactful. What if I could do that to somebody else? And you can see here, Aditi is in here, sees visuals from a content that resonate with me. Jackie, I see this, good way to communicate. So all of these individuals here, and we get two different statements from Eduardo saying somewhat the same thing, they all end up in this same group. And that's a meaningfully different motivation to buy the course than this one. And if I zoom out of this, you can see here, as we zoom right out, we've got all of these different pushes here. So 16 different statements where we've taken the individual statement of one person and we've grouped it with like-minded statements from others and given it a global label. Over on the other side, we've got the same thing for the pull statements, and I won't bore you by reading out each of them, but you can see the color codings here show us that in this group here, we have some people, and they're different people to the motivations here. So different pushes and pulls are acting upon these people. We do, of course, end up with some leftovers. So I see a course that's available, got enough money, etc., etc. We're not trying to group everything. Sometimes there's, one statement is so unique to an individual and it's great, but we want to get the main moving pieces and we want to be able to analyze these so that we can create some coding so that we can say this motivated these interviewees to act, and this motivated a different set of interviewees to act, And that allows us to pull the stories apart into groups of interviewees, and that, as you'll see later, will be how we form these clusters, the jobs, and how we can then build upon this and drive out a better result and unique messaging and products for different groups of demand. Hopefully that helps. Cheers.